We gotta get into this. We gotta get into this. We gotta talk about this. Fair use. Fair use.
Turn that down, sound down. Oh man. Fresh out the bean. Shout out to Douglas County Jail. Them jailers in there, they cool. They alright. They cool.
Salute to the chat.
Shout out to that there's one police officer that was cool as shit. He let me use the restroom, treated me like a man. He didn't treat me like a animal.
Reggie, what's up, man?
But yeah, I'm fresh out. I ain't get to hold down the holding cell this time because it was all in this little big ass room. It was cold as a motherfucker in there. But I'll be going home to say while I was just in jail all of my Friday. But
we gotta talk about this.
Yeah. We gonna get into this when we get home.
Smile,
I went to the slammer. I'm on the docket, but I'm gonna kick some draws in some asses here shortly. Legally and never mind.
Kwame, pull up.
But
we got some things to talk
about. Draws gonna get kicked in some asses and the wall going up around my house. Cause I'm tired of people fucking with me. And you victims out there, you motherfuckers that want to be dirty and nasty and vindictive and then play victim, shame on you.
Good morning.
Shame on you. And the young lady that helped create this Dulo twist, shame on you. And to my children, I love y'all, but daddy gonna wash his hands. I'm done.
Okay.
So I will explain.
Let me that's the part right there. People love to hear people going through stuff. Okay? They love to hear people are going through stuff. Now, I get it. A lot of you guys are doing reaction videos. There's a lot of people getting off on this situation. You know what I'm saying? And I would be remiss if I did not speak on it. Kwame Brown, based on his last statement that he just said he's washing his hands, that does not make him a deadbeat. That does not. I don't know why we throw this word on people or whatever, but we got to stop. We got to stop. Like, there's a lot of people who are promoting these videos as saying, oh, he's a deadbeat dad. Look at how much money he made. He can't pay his child support, etc., etc., etc. Here's the thing. What you guys got to understand is there are some vindictive people out here. There are some people that want nothing more than to see you fail. When they see that you're doing something positive, they see that you're getting attention, they see that you're living your best life, they want nothing more than to see you fail. Get some people in here right now. I'm about to piss somebody off. Vindictive ass people that love to promote and throw around this narrative of what a deadbeat is. First of all, a deadbeat can be a man or a woman. Okay, a deadbeat is a person that wants nothing to do with their child. Let's set the definition up front. A deadbeat is a person that wants nothing to do with their child. Okay, if you're promoting the narrative of a deadbeat because that man don't want to be with you, that woman don't want to be with you, you the deadbeat, jackass. You are the deadbeat. You're mad because they do me. Let me over here to this agency. Let me run over here to this family member. Let me run around anybody you know and tell them, oh, they're deadbeat. We got to do better, folks. We got to do better. First of all, what makes them a deadbeat? What makes them a deadbeat? And show us some proof. Show us some evidence. Put it in my hand. Somebody said I'm breaking up bad. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Okay, thank you. Back to the narrative. Check this out, man. We gotta stop doing this whole thing of promoting these narrative of, if I don't like you, or you don't want to be with me anymore, or you've moved on in a relationship, I'm now calling you a deadbeat. I'm gonna call you a deadbeat to the community. I'm gonna call you a deadbeat to your children. Here's the thing. I understand Kwame's message. Hey kids, I'm sorry, but I'm watching my... He's not leaving his kids alone. Let me tell you something. Kwame Brown, pull up. I know that he's smiling. I know that he playing music, you know, playing with the dog or whatever the case may be. I watched, you know, some of it, a good bit of it, and I felt bad for him, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I've sat in that same seat. I have personally sat in that same seat, and I'm gonna tell you what came over me: depression, being upset, being embarrassed. You can be as strong as you want to be. You know what I'm saying? We can play it off, we can dance, we can do all of this other stuff to distract us from our inner feelings. But the fact of the matter is, the first thing that you ask yourself is, why me? Why is this happening to me? Because you wouldn't think somebody that you had a child with, somebody that you shared intimate moments, conversations, companionship, whatever the case may be, would want to see something bad happen to you. But I'm telling you right now, there are some bad people out there. You notice I ain't just saying women, I'm saying people. There are just some vindictive people out there that won't let you move forward, that prides themselves on telling everyone else, oh, your character is bad. Somebody said that Kwame Brown was a deadbeat. And when I asked them in depth, I said, well, what makes him a deadbeat? Well, he don't pay his child support. Do you realize how easy it is to get behind on child support? Do you realize how easy it is for somebody to start child support on someone? Those were questions I'm asking them, and they looking like, so shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. People are always talking about, oh, well, he probably don't even see his kids. He don't want to be around his kids. And I'm just like, how do you assume all of this stuff because of a situation? Stop adding your own narrative. Stop adding your own narrative. There was other women talking about, oh, well, that's what's wrong with black men. They don't want to be around their kids. They don't want to support their kid. And I'm scratching my head like, how do you know he don't want to be around his kids? You're promoting this narrative of you a deadbeat. A deadbeat why? A deadbeat why? We gotta stop this. This is what keeps us separated as men and women, especially in the black community, because we throw these titles out, but we don't never have the details. But see, here's the thing. Kwame you probably would agree with this, homie. People done got so good at being vindictive, they add their own details so that way when people look, it looks like it's legit. It looks like it's legit. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. The next time a man talks about child support, don't ignore it. Because here's the thing. If you are two responsible adults, you remove ego, you remove bitterness, you remove vindictiveness, you remove any type of negative behavior, and you say our job is to raise our child, is to do the things that for our child, protectors, providers, and role models. Then you don't need a judge to tell you how to raise your child, when to raise your child, where to raise your child. You don't need that. How much you need to pay. Do you know how embarrassing that looks? Unless the father or the mother totally refuses to help you, there is no need to get a third party involved. Let me say this for the slow people in the back. Get some people in here, people. They need to hear this. Unless the father or the mother refuses to support the child, they make a public service announcement. I ain't helping you. I don't care about no kids. then there is no reason to get a third party involved. That third party is not responsible for raising your kid. And me, as a person that would have to be a third party, a liaison, an advocate, would sit down and look at you two adults like you idiots. You're coming to me. I don't know your kid. I don't care about your kid. I ain't responsible for clothing, for feeding, for educating, for cuddling. I have no connection to your child other than you two idiots sitting in front of me talking about we don't get along. She got a new boyfriend. He got a new girlfriend, so I brung him to court. I brung her to court. Okay, idiots. This how much you gonna pay, bro? So you gotta tell me how much to pay to support my own child. When technically, me just doing for my child would be even more money. Then you want me to give money to a person. Come on. Let me talk to y'all. Come on up in here. Kwame, pull up. Pull up. You need to hear this, bro, because you might not know yourself. Suppose the father is the responsible person. You want me to give money to a woman that is irresponsible with money. You will not track where that money goes. There is no way of tracking if that money is going to my child or not. But you want me to give the money to the irresponsible person. Suppose the father is the responsible person. He has the better attitude. He's more successful. You want me to give money to the irresponsible person. Again, a third party that don't know you from Adam, from Tom. They don't know she got a drug addiction. They don't know she's an alcoholic. They don't know she a whore. They don't know none of that. But you now have to give her money to support whatever it is she, oh girl, I just went on a cruise. I just got new hair, new nails. Suppose the father is the responsible one. You go to a third party and y'all stand in front of a man or a woman judge that dictates to you how much money you need to pay the other parent. Ladies and gentlemen, for anyone that has, let me tell you something. We talk about victims all the time. We talk about victims all the time. If you are a person that has to go through the child support agency and somebody says, well, you're going to pay this money to this parent for this long and this is, you're going to visit them for, you are being robbed. You are a victim. You are a victim. What happened to Kwame Brown? Bro, you are a victim. But see, here's the thing. There are numerous Kwames out there. They just don't have social media platforms. They don't have social media platforms to tell y'all this is what happened. So here's the thing. You ever heard of that thing, suffering in silence? Suffering in silence. I tell you what though, I bet you the woman that helped do that, I bet she laughing with her friends somewhere. I bet you there's some friends that know about it that think it, first of all, I don't even think they all think it's cool. How many of y'all got girlfriends that you know that's very vindictive and bitter towards their ex-boyfriend or ex-husband or whatever the case may be, and they do things like that? But you don't tell them that they're wrong. Y'all laugh about it. There are men suffering inside. We talk about victims all the time. We talk about them all, and for some reason, when it come to being railroaded with child support, or it comes to be railroaded with your character, for some reason, this is what we do, right? Right? You a deadbeat dad if you complain about child support. You're a deadbeat dad if you complain about not seeing your kids. You're a deadbeat. It was amazing to me how many people started calling this man a deadbeat because a child support issue. I was just like, how you know if this man is a deadbeat or not? Like, why would you even sit down and try to do a video and promote, oh, well, he had all this money in the NBA, yada, bruh, shut up. Anybody that is doing a video to promote something as personal as Kwame Brown's kids or a situation with child support, bro, shut up. Shut up. That shit is hurtful and it's spiteful. It is embarrassing. And the last thing that we need to be doing as a community is saying, oh yeah, you a deadbeat. Bro, man. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? We're doing too much. There are men that go through this, that suffer in silence because one, they either don't have money for a lawyer, or two, it just seems like the system is working against them. Imagine having to go to court and prove you love your, imagine you had to go to court and prove you loved your child. Sitting in front of a stranger, trying to prove that you love your kid more than the other parent, or just like the other parent. Imagine that. I want y'all to hear me. Listen, if you are a content creator, please play this video. Please play this video. Imagine sitting in front of a grown man and a grown woman that don't know you, have nothing invested in helping you, and you gotta prove to them that you love your kid. Bro, we gotta stop this. But you have to prove to them that you love your kid because the person decided to bring you to court because you got a new girlfriend or you got a new boyfriend. So they're being vindictive. Because you don't need the courts. You can literally set up a bank account and he or she can put money in that account and you can go ahead and do what you need to do. Or you can just say, hey, look, I'm going shopping for the boys or for the girls or for the children this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Can you slide me a couple dollars or meet us at the thing? Like, it's so many things you could do as a responsible parent. But you would rather drag somebody through the court system because that's what you want to do. You think it's funny. But see, here's the thing. You are a bad person. You are a bad you're a deadbeat man, you're a deadbeat woman if you talk about being victimized by child support. You're a deadbeat. You're a deadbeat. And that's why I said, you know what, we use these words to emasculate men. We use these certain words to make women feel less important. It's crazy how two people have a child and how people can, you can promote a narrative about another parent. It is easy to promote, like if you're the custodial parent, it is easy to promote a narrative about the other parent if the parent is not around. It's easy. Like if the child, let's say if the child is under the age of, let's say 5 and below, right? No. Let's say 8 and below. It's easy to promote a narrative of, oh, your dad's a deadbeat. He don't care and blah 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 blah. You know the whole. Listen, that is mental abuse. That's what that is. That is you abusing that child. That is you abusing that child, promoting hatred for the other parent, trying to tell the child that the other parent don't love you. That's why he don't call. That's why he don't come around. That's why you never see him. No, because you changed your phone number, you moved, didn't give the address. There's some truth somewhere, but you're promoting a lie. A lot of people don't understand what people are going through. So when you promote this narrative of deadbeat, I'm like, this dude get arrested one time and all of a sudden he a deadbeat? What makes him a deadbeat? I'm asking this. I'm asking this for us. We want to know. What makes him a deadbeat? Well, if you owe back child support and yada yada yada. So if you owe back child support, you a deadbeat. How many people believe if you owe back child support, you're a deadbeat? If you get arrested for child support, you must be a deadbeat. I'm asking y'all a question. I'm asking you a direct question. Do you believe that a person should be called a deadbeat if they owe back child support? Yes, no? What do you believe? I got one no. Let me get about 2 or 3 more answers up in here. Most women would say yeah. No, no, no. Okay. Kwame arrest wasn't about child support. I'm just telling you the videos that I'm seeing, which is crazy. I'm just like, bruh, what does his NBA career got to do with an arrest right now that you're talking about child support? We don't know the backstory to say all that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You don't know the details, but the first thing you do is you make a video and you say he got arrested for child support and he's a deadbeat. Bro, you going too far. You going too far. You understand what I'm saying? This is the whole purpose of this video right here. Stop. Stop. You don't know the details. Chill. Pump your brake. There are people that are going through stuff that you can't even imagine when it comes to their children. You better leave people alone before they snap. You know what I'm saying? And you better leave people alone before they snap. You don't know what that man is going through. When he said, I'm washing my hands, let me tell you something. This is what I tell men all the time. Gentlemen, learn how to be patient. If you're dealing with a vindictive woman and vice versa, ladies, learn how to be patient. If you're dealing with somebody vindictive, it is only a matter of time before karma catches up with them or before your children gets older to think for themselves. Now, a lot of people say, well, suppose they never think for themselves. Suppose they just carry around the hatred and disrespect that the other person was promoting. I hear you. And I know it's a hard pill to swallow. I know it's a hard pill when you have someone constantly promoting hatred for the other parent on a daily basis. Bro, y'all know what POWs are, prisoners of wars. Do you know what they do to prisoners of wars? Do you know what they do to prisoners of war? How they break them down mentally? And then they build them up to try to make it look like they're the savior. Thank you for giving me this bread. Thank you for giving me this water. You strip them down. You break them down. And that's why I said it is mental abuse if a parent is doing that. It is mental abuse. You're breaking that child down. You're telling that child you're the only one that loves them. But the other parent has not showcased that they don't love them. You got a child that's 8 and below. Normally, a child 8 and below don't have their own cell phone. So if they're calling, if the person is calling, they have to go through you, right? They either calling the house phone, they calling your cell phone. They have to go through you to get to their child. You're not answering the phone. You're blocking the number. Special things are going on with the child. It's picture day at school. It's a play, or it's something, the birthday. It's something going on special with the child, but you don't involve the other parent. But you're the main parent screaming the other parent's a deadbeat, but you don't pass them the information. Y'all don't know what people are going through. Bruh, I had a dude break down and start crying. I was at the child support office. the dude was sitting like right next to me and literally just broke down crying. And I'm like, bro, what's I'm like, is it me? I'm like, is it me? Like, did I do, like, what's up? He's like, man, I'm just tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit. And I'm like, tired of what? Tired of what shit? What shit are you tired of? I didn't know what shit he was talking about. I didn't know what shit he was talking about. I didn't know what shit he was saying. What shit are you talking about? Please tell me. I want to know. I'm curious. He was like, man, every time I got to come up in this motherfucker and prove that I love my kids, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And this girl out here hoeing, sleeping with a whole lot of men. She was sleeping with men while she was pregnant with my kid. Damn. Damn. If a woman sleeps with other men while she's pregnant with your kids, what type of woman is that? If a woman sleeps with other men while she's pregnant with your kid, what type of woman is that? Somebody talk to me. Oh, she got needs. She get horny too. You can't judge her. That's her body. I'm waiting to hear that. I'm waiting to hear that response. Somebody says a female, not a woman. I would be absolutely disgusted. I would be absolutely disgusted. Now, suppose you start sleeping with other men and you contract the STD that affects the baby. You sleeping with a crackhead, you sleeping with a weed head, you sleeping with an alcoholic, you sleeping with somebody who has some type of disformity when it comes to children, and you sleeping with all of this mixture, mixing it up and shooting all that sperm on that baby. And then your baby comes out with an issue. And then the first thing you want to do is look back at the father like, oh, this is your fault. But the father knows that you've been sleeping with other men while pregnant. Oh, hell no, you ain't gonna say it's my fault because I was sleeping with other men. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take your sorry ass, your deadbeat ass to the court. And the judge then says, oh, sir, you now have to pay child support. She was sleeping with other men while pregnant with my baby, but I need to pay her money instead of you saying, let me get my baby. Well, it doesn't matter who she was sleeping with, sir. And you're telling me that man is not being victimized? You telling y'all telling me that's cool. Y'all telling me that that man deserved that. Salute the spitting fire. I want to hear you. I want to hear y'all outtake on this. Feel free, like I said, feel free to take this video and play it. I want to hear y'all perspective on this, because the thought process is that there are the child support system. Let me tell you something. It is needed if the other parent does not want to work with you in regards to being a support factor for that child. It's needed. It is needed. If you call that man and you say, hey, look, I need some diapers, I need some wipes, baby needs some new shoes, and you say, click, then go to child support. Hey, if I can't even call you on the phone, then we obviously need mediation. But if you mad because the other person has just simply got a new girlfriend, they don't want to be with you, it's an ego thing. So you run to the child support to try to make it difficult. Then shame on you. So whether he went to jail for child support or not, that does not make him a deadbeat. And we need to stop doing that. Throwing this narrative, you're a deadbeat, you're a deadbeat. Well, what makes him a deadbeat? And is what you saying relevant? Is it accurate? A lot of times I find that women who speak badly about men, especially when it comes to a child being involved, it is because they didn't get what they wanted out the relationship. They didn't get what they wanted out the relationship, right? So now, where you praised him, you now condemn him. You now start putting all of the negative things that you can put on that man, You make up in your mind that there's an issue. And I noticed that a lot of times when you sit down and you listen to that woman talk, it really wasn't no issue. You made those issues up. You made those issues up. And now I'm going to do something because of now. I know women feel a certain type of way right now. Okay? The custodial parent can be the vindictive parent, but still raising a child. The custodial parent can be a bad parent, but still raising the child. The custodial parent can be a manipulative parent, but still raising the child. The custodial parent can be toxic and a narcissist, but still raising the child. Just because you have the child does not mean you are the better parent. I'm about to piss somebody off. Can I talk to the grown folks? It almost takes an act of Congress for the non-custodial parent to get the child, especially if he's a male. You got to come in there with all types of evidence. Forget who she's sleeping with. You got to, this is when she was smoking crack, and this is her mental evaluation, and this is when, you got to come in there with all types of evidence. But here's the thing: how many people keep evidence like that? How many people keep evidence like, fellas? How many of y'all keep evidence that your girlfriend a crackhead? You gotta be with her. You gotta be with her. Oh yeah, there she go smoking crack right there. There she go, letting men come in her house and selling her body for $40. Check. We don't keep evidence like that. So we standing in front of a judge, a male or female, trying to plead our case, talking about, well, this is what's going on, Your Honor. Well, do you have any proof? Well, I wasn't there when she was sucking on the penis, but from what I know, she done sucked on a few penises with the baby in the room. Well, we have no proof of that. So make sure you're paying your child support. Hold on, y'all. I'm just saying, man, it should be crazy. Oh, well, they got the baby, so obviously they're the better parent. No. Huh? No. Come on now. Half of these people who have the children, they put the child off on somebody else. The grandparents, next door neighbor, the older sibling, it's somebody else raising that kid. Yeah, they the parent. They collecting the money for the child support, but they ain't raising no kids. Come on now. Huh? Come on now. I feel like someone. Okay. It is people going through some craziness because of children. It ain't because they don't love their kids. It ain't because they don't love their children. It's because listen, let me tell you something. I said be patient earlier, and this is why I said be patient, because this is the abuse that men and women go through. Good morning. I want to be clear when I say this. Oh my God. Kwame, you're gonna understand this. You're gonna understand this. People want you to keep coming back. They want you to keep on coming back and dealing with whatever drama they want to give you. How simple was that? How simple was that? Now imagine this. Imagine going into a home, and you know when you go into that home, a man is going to beat you up. Right? Every time you go into that home, a woman is going to beat you up. They're going to mentally drain you. They're going to emotionally disrespect. They're going to hurt you. That's what people with children who feel like they have the power and control, that's what going back to that situation is abuse. Abuse. It's abuse. So when I say be patient enough to understand, well, maybe you can't go back. Come on, y'all. I need y'all to understand this. Imagine going down the street and you know that there's a dog down there that is going to bite your ass. There's dogs down there that is going to bite your ass. But you gotta go that way because your kid's on the other side. But you gotta go through that shit. I say be patient because maybe I won't go down there every week. Maybe I won't go down there every day. I'm gonna wash my hands with the situation by saying I can't keep putting myself through this shit, because if I get bit all of this time, I'm not gonna be strong enough to do anything with my kids once I get to them. Maybe I can really do something from the other side. Hello? You got people who feel like every single time they gotta go and try to deal with the other parent, it's hell. It's hell. Starting arguments, cursing, being disrespectful, talking down. It's hell. Can you imagine picking up your child, going to pick up your children, and the other parent is not home, late, won't let you get your kid, disrespecting you in front of your kid? It's hell. And then would run to social media and be like, oh yeah, they're a deadbeat. They're a deadbeat. They ain't even want to pick up their kid. You ain't let them pick up their kid. You slam the door in their face. What? Imagine what that does to a person's psyche. Imagine the man that you're around, your homeboy, going through some shit like that. Your brother going through some shit like that. Your cousin going through some shit like that. What type of advice would you give them? But see, here's the issue. The issue is that, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. It hurts the child. You're exactly right. It hurts the child. It may not hurt the child directly right then, but what it does is, over time, when that child sees that domestic violence, when that child sees that level of mental and emotional abuse, it's going to affect them. It is going to affect them. It's going to affect their relationship, not only with the other parent, but how they deal with other people. You are ripping that child's parent away. You are severing the ties. You are saying, well, as long as I buy you Jordans, or as long as I buy you this, or as long as I put this person in front of you, then you don't need the other parent. The other parent is null and void. The other parent is null and void because you are mad they don't want to be with you. So that makes them a deadbeat, that makes them a bad person, and you promote it in your church, with your family members, with your friends, in the community, at work. You do all of this to promote their deadbeat because they don't want to be with you. Somebody tell me where any of that makes sense. I'm just saying. And then we'll tell that man, the community, y'all, will tell that man that he's a bad person and he's going through all of that nonsense and that craziness. And you want him to keep on running back down that road getting bit. Keep on running and getting bit. But see, men are not good at expressing their emotions and their feelings and telling people what's going on with them. So they're suffering in silence. What y'all talking about, crabs? What y'all talking about the chat, man? Let me look at this chat, man. I apologize. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning. Let me look at this chat, see what y'all talking about. Man, I swear I got the best chat on social media, man. Y'all dope. I appreciate y'all. I am sometimes personal. Yeah, James, I definitely agree with you. I just think that, you know, we don't do a good job at listening to when people say that they're going through something. You know what I'm saying? When a woman comes and tells you, or a person comes and tells you that the other parent, you know, is a deadbeat, or they're sorry, or whatever the case may be, look at how they're telling you the story. Look at how they're telling you the story. Are they excited to tell you the story? Did you ask to hear the story? Did they just bring it up out the blue? Like, I noticed those things. Like, I actually was on a date, right? This wasn't anything recent, but I was on a date. And, you know, we sitting there conversating or whatever, and then all of a sudden it was like, you know, she had children, she had 2 kids, and she was like, yeah, because my baby daddy ain't shit, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. Now, in my mind, I'm processing this. I was like, I didn't ask her about her baby daddy. Why would she tell me about her baby daddy? But then she was like, he think he all that because he didn't move and he didn't got him a new job. And as you allowed her to continue to talk, she started telling on herself. She started telling on herself the reason why she was really mad. But she used all of these other narratives and titles at the beginning to make me think that the other person was a bad person. I said, this ain't gonna work out. I appreciate it. Here's the money for the bill. We came in different cars anyway. Have a good night. I don't want nothing to do with you. If you are willing to sit in front of a stranger and downplay somebody else who ain't there to defend themselves, and then tell on yourself at the real reason why you mad, I run, flag on the play, timeout, I think you need to leave. For real, run. That is triple 80,000 red flags. Run, because they will do you dirty. Run. Fellas, women, if you are on a date and somebody just out the blue brings up their ex, they walking around with photos of their ex, they on their ex's social media page, they know where their ex, like, oh yeah, and last week he ate Chinese food. Just, I'm saying, that shit, run. That is a crazy, crazy person. Run. Run, run, run. I'm saying, man, run. That is, that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Run. Somebody said it's frozen. Did it? Are we good? Are we back? Are we back? It's probably getting hot. Yeah, it's probably getting hot. I'm just saying, man, run. Okay, okay. Run. Stop messing with these crazy people, man. Stop messing with these crazy people. You know what I mean? For real. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen, don't come by me talking about a person's a deadbeat. Listen, unless, again, I say it again, if that person is incarcerated, if they're dead, if they are sick, or what else could it be? Or they've just publicly said, I don't want to have anything to do with that kid. You are not a single parent. You are a co-parent. You should be co-parenting. Take your ego out. Take your vindictiveness out. Take your toxic ways out. Your narcissism out. And be an adult. Be responsible. Be a role model. Be a leader. Be a provider. Be a protector. You can't do all of that still. Oh, well, he had Chinese food last week, so I ain't talking to him. He know I like Chinese food. Don't call my... Hey, listen. Y'all ever... And then y'all got kids and the person ever tell you, don't call my house. Well, you know I got to call your house and talk to my kid. You know I got to call your phone and talk to my kid. Don't call my cell phone. I'm like, well, what you want me to send? You want me to mail a letter? What is it that you want me to do? Do you want me to You want me to send a bald eagle to your house with a note? What a squirrel? A squirrel? You want me to ride a squirrel over there? What you want? A roach? Do you want me to send a roach to your house? I will mail a roach to your house with a note. What do you want me to do? You want me to send the 19 to let me send the 19 address to you to let you know how despicable. I'm just saying, man, like, come on, man. People be doing the most, man. I don't know why it just burned me up. It's like, oh, he a deadbeat. He a deadbeat. I'm like, why you calling this man a deadbeat, bruh? Do you know how easy it is to get in the rears for child support? It's easy. You know what I'm saying? Because of their little rules. And then here's the thought process. The thought process is they're actually putting a tax or of when you have arrears, they're actually adding more money to it. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy. For some people, it I believe it affects your credit. Like it's on your credit. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's idiot. Like what, bruh? Here's what's so crazy about it. You as the custodial parent, you're the person with the child. Why would you do anything to limit the other person's earning potential? I want y'all to think about this. Why would you, like, it's people that go to people's jobs, people that get on social media and bash the other parent. It's people that do all of these other things to limit the financial growth of the other person. Do you think that I would have my child's mother, like I would do something to affect her credit? Think about this. I want y'all to think about this, right? We know credit when you're getting homes, you're buying cars, credit cards. I mean, it's, you know, credit is a huge thing. Imagine me doing something to against you to affect your credit while you're trying to earn money to help support our child. Is that not stupid? Is that not dumb? I'm gonna affect the other parent earning potential, and then when I affect the other parent's earning potential, I'm gonna run over here and call the other parent a deadbeat. I'm just saying. Listen, y'all, the same way I tell everybody else, man, live your best life, but don't live it under the worst conditions. Live your best life and don't live it under the worst conditions. Love your kids. Love your kids. Protect your kids. But listen, don't try to keep the other parent away because of your ego, because of your vindictiveness, because of your bitterness. Don't try to put stipulations on the other parent and how they love their kid as well. Because if you really loved your kid, the other parent should have total access to y'all kid. It's y'all's, it's both of y'all kid. You understand what I'm saying? It's both of y'all kid. It might make you feel good and empower you for some odd, crazy reason to say, I can keep this child away from the mom, or I can keep this child away from the dad. You know what I'm saying? I can just ignore the phone calls, or I ain't got to tell you where I live at, or, you know, whatever crazy, odd, crazy stuff that people do. But the fact of the matter is, you are hurting that child. You are hurting that child. You are condemning that child and taking away the time that child has with the other parent to learn more about life, to learn more about love and understanding. The great thing about when men and women have a child, you guys probably come from different walks of life. You like, you're probably good at math. He's probably good at history. You know, he's probably good at public speaking. You're probably good at, you know what I'm saying, putting together graphs or whatever. Like, together, you guys imprint on that child education, life experience, common sense together. Like, imagine how much information is going into that child when they have both parents around. Imagine how much protection that child gets. How much protection that child gets from other people that might want to do that child wrong. But you sever the tie because your ego, because you're vindictive, because you want to be a narcissist. You want to put this child in front of somebody else's face and say, this is mommy new friend. Mommy get a new friend every week. Daddy say, oh, this is daddy new friend. Daddy get a new friend every night. This child like, mommy and daddy got new friends. They got a lot of friends. Some of y'all be like, oh, this is I'm about to say Uncle Buck. Wasn't that a movie? This is Uncle Buck. I think it was. John Candy played in that thing. This is Uncle Buck. Then you let your little girls go sit on these grown man's laps. You run to the store and say, oh, I'm gonna leave the baby with you. Come on now. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you're the custodial parent or the non-custodial parent, your children need you to co-parent. They need you to work with each other to make sure that they are supported. They need both of you all. If you are a parent that's doing anything to hinder, disrespect, to degrade the other parent, stop. Stop. This is a public service announcement. Stop. Stop. Because your child will grow up and resent you. Your child will grow up and resent you. The same child that you burped, the same child that you put band-aids on, the same child that you went to school plays with, that child will grow up and have a level of understanding of what you did, and they will resent you. So what you do now is you grow the child up, but you forget that you're getting older too. So you're going to be that old ass lady or that old ass man that they don't want to have nothing to do with. Little to no contact because of what you did. I am trying to save you some time and open up your mind. The hatred that you're promoting probably is false. It's past overdue. The issue that you're carrying around, the negative space that you're carrying around, let it go. Let it go. If they got a new girlfriend, a new husband, or whatever they did, let it go. Co-parent. Be successful. Do what you need to do. I don't know how to make it no simpler. But we got to stop this narrative of let's promote this, you a deadbeat, you a deadbeat, you're a deadbeat. And it's coming from people that are vindictive. It's coming from people that are childish. It's coming from people that have promoted and made it hard for the other person to get to their child. So while they make it hard for you to get to your child, they now are saying, while they're building all these blockades so you can't get to your child or make it difficult to get to your child, they're now running around screaming deadbeat. And then we sit back and say, oh, they must be a deadbeat because she or he has the child. Of course, the person that has the child has to be the best parent, right? The court system wouldn't give the child or let the child be with a narcissist, would they? Somebody that's toxic, would they? Somebody that's hoeing in the streets, would they? Not the court systems. The court system is always right. The court system loves our children enough to say, well, we're going to pick the best parent, right? Just saying, court system don't make no mistakes. The child, the person that you give the child to can have a revolving door of men and women in and out the door. smoking weed and drinking in front of the child, doing all types of craziness in front of the child, letting the child do whatever they want to do, not cut their hair, not do their hair, but they're the best parent. And unless you go and take pictures or get videos, or it's your word against their word. You can't tell me that the non-custodial parent that thinks that their child is in danger, that don't make them feel a certain type of way. For the person that bust out crying, talking about she was pregnant, sleeping with all of these men, and now my child has an issue, you know what I'm saying, like an autism or whatever the case may be. You can't tell me that he don't feel like a victim. He don't feel like his child is under duress. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that he wouldn't be ready to snap at any moment. What the? I'm tired of this shit. And I'm like, well, I'm sitting the closest to you. Hold on, brother. Let me move down. Let me move down to the other bench. I'm going over here. Over here. I don't know what you had to eat. Maybe you didn't eat. You ain't the same when you don't eat. You ain't. Oh shit. You ain't the same when you're hungry. I'm just saying, man, you don't know what people going through, man. Stop playing with people. Stop playing with people. Stop throwing this lingo out, deadbeat or whatever case be. And for any man that has done a reaction video or a video on Kwame Brown or any other man talking about child support, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be absolutely ashamed of yourself, and you should not have a platform. You can go speak to the people in your community, but if you sitting on here talking about Kwame Brown got arrested for child support, bragging about it, and you're happy about it, you worse than a distraction. You worse than Brother Polite. You worse than Hassan Campbell. You are worse. You are worse. You a hater. You a hater. And you the type, y'all the type of men and women that really people shouldn't want to be around. That prey on your that preys on someone's downfall and excited to promote it. Excited to promote it. Let me tell y'all what happened to this person. Bro, listen. It is some miserable people out here. Some people that don't have or don't live a life that's worthwhile. And if they see that you are trying to be positive, you are trying to build, you're not trying to be perfect, but you're trying to do something that will bring people together, they will do their best to advocate anything that they feel is going to dampen your character. And that's exactly the type of videos that I saw. I left my comments and I said, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. To think that this man went to jail for child support and now he's a deadbeat, and now let me go over his NBA career and how much money he made. Like, bro, get your, what these them females, get your life. Get your life. Get a life. Get the life. Get with life. Y'all talk about people's kids, their job, their character. Like you doing too much for likes and views. For likes and views, for clicks. You're doing too much. Me personally, bro, if that was me and I got arrested for child support, bro, that shit would hurt. That shit would hurt. I would be embarrassed. I would be disgusted. I would be upset that a woman that I've laid down with, we've had a child, and you would want to advocate for me to go to jail. You can't tell me that's not that's not a mental abuse type situation with that child. I sent your daddy to jail. And that empowers you? That makes you feel good? That's something to laugh about? Something to tell your friends, something to make a social media post? You want attention? Y'all think that's funny? That shit ain't funny. That's sad. That is sad that you have to go through that. Any man or woman that has to go through having a child with someone that is constantly trying to do something and cause them harm, that is crazy. That's crazy. Can you imagine not knowing what's going to happen next, having to look over your shoulder? That's a sad life to live. Why y'all laughing and making videos about it? You can be a millionaire. It don't matter how much money you made. For someone to be manipulating your kids, trying to manipulate the child support office, trying to manipulate social media, trying to manipulate family and friends, like, oh yeah, let me give y'all the scoop on what's like. Why are you so excited to downplay the other parent? Why are you so happy about that? Then you do it while the kid's right there. That ain't abuse? That ain't toxic? That ain't a narcissist? I threw the other person in jail. That is your father, that is your mother. And that makes you feel good. I'm going to say something. If you are a vindictive, bitter, toxic, narcissistic person and you have children and you are trying to cause the non-custodial parent pain by trying to pit the children against the other parent, tell the children that the other parent don't love them, creating barriers and hardship, you shouldn't have kids. You shouldn't have access to kids. And you should be put on blast. The videos that I'm seeing about Kwame and other people should be making videos about your sorry ass. You are the worst type. You are the worst type. You are worse than a molester. You are worse than a molester. And the same way that we put them on trial, we should put you on trial. There is a zero tolerance. Off with your head. I said what I said. I'm dolled up. Peace.